Hi guys. So what we have here is the 7.5 by 11 3/4 folded, put together. And then I found the center, which is 5 7/8, and we're going to cut. And I'm sorry I didn't put my, just getting started. Been so busy this morning. I've been dying to get in here. Well, alrighty. This looks like the start. There it is. My husband got a wood burning stove out in his shop. So now through the winter he can get out in his shop because he wasn't able to do that before. And he has been, let's just say, a little too underfoot for my liking. I'm sure a lot of you ladies can agree with that. I love him dearly. We've been married 37 years plus now. And yeah, but so he's out in the shop. Yay! Okay, so now all these pieces that we cut off, we are going to utilize. We're not going to waste a piece of this other than just a few little tidbits that are from these. So what you're going to do, you can see I carefully tore this, but try and be careful and when you're tearing these to, not commit too much damage to it. So one of the little tabs, you're just going to fold it over using the crease line that's already from the box. Then you're going to line up the other tab to the end, line it up side to side, and give it a good burnish. So this is going to be part of our closure and something else. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that one. And we can go ahead and glue this. Let's get that down very nicely. And then let's just get, come on. I am getting low on this. Let's just get this. Ooh, come on. My dogs are coming in. They think somebody's knocking. Well, I guess somebody is knocking. And then just glue that down. And I'm pushing the glue into the center. Just so, because I got a little bit too much in some spots. So there, we're just going to kind of get that so it's all nice and down. I'm going to put a little bit on this nice tear that I made. Just to make it lay down for me. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. So again, you grab one of the ends, flip it over, grab the other end, leave it out straight and match it up. Match it up side to side. Burnish your fold, and then let's glue it down. All right. So there, and those should end up being about the same size. This, I actually have one that's a little taller than the other one. So I think I am going to fix that. Going to try anyway. So let's see if we can just kind of use the one as a guide and get this. There we go. Now they're the same. Perfect. Okay, don't put this away. You're going to need it. So now for these puppies, first thing we're going to do, whoopsie, is I am going to get them to be all the same length as our big base piece here. So let's see if I can just do the same thing. You don't have to push hard. There we go. All right. Now, I think we might be done with this. I think. I do hold the ability to recall it if need be. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take one of each one of these, and I'm going to... We do have, I don't know if you can see this, that this is a nice raised, this was the fold, the score line, and it's raised. So basically I'm putting this just up against it. And then this side has the same raised. So it's still going to be kind of all the same thickness. If you put it on top of the raised, then you're going to have, you know, not all the same thickness. So put it right up against one of them. Make sure the top and bottom are matching up correctly. And there we go. Get that moved around and do the same thing with this one. Come on, I just want a little more right there. There we go. And then do exactly the same thing. Butt it up to the... There we go. You want to try and make sure that you're making it the same width so that they'll match up very nicely. So if you don't have the same width, get your cutter out and cut it. All right, let's see now. All right, we're off a little bit, so I am going to line it up on one side, whichever side looks like it's the best. I think this side, and then let's see. All right, because we want these to be identical. Okay. All right, good. All right, guys. So now, whoops, we're going to, I don't know why I put that away. We're going to cut this in half at the 5 7/8 inch mark. If you have a larger box and you could go like 6 1/4, so that you could do portrait pictures without having to cut them, I would say go for it. But I did not. This was the largest box in my house. I don't buy a lot of cereals and things, so because I can't eat them. Yeah. Anyway, so then you want to make sure that these are even and they look very nice. Okay. So now I want to get, I think I may need just 2 of these because it's going to be large enough to have fold on the tops and bottoms. So let's take our 2 sheets. If you have if you have a 1/4 inch score tape, so squirter is the new thing for that. No, everybody's making up words these days, so I just made up one. All right, so we're just going to line this up right along the edge. Give it a little burnish. And then that is going to be our guide. Just flip everything back over on itself if you have any of it sticking out. So this is our guide to put this piece of paper on it. You want to just get it to the edge of the glue tape and then place it down and give it a good score to make sure you're getting good adhesion. Okay, so now first we need these 2 pieces, and it's not going to be great that I have that, so we are going to have a 3rd piece because I can't put this on this score line. So we're going to have to get 2 pieces. But you know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half and add... No, that wouldn't make any sense either. Okay. Score tape. Let's do this one more time. So I hope you guys are understanding why I'm doing this. It's not good on these papers that we're attaching to each other. You don't want to fold on this because it'll put too much pressure on it and it'll just eventually pull off the tape. It will fail in some way, shape, or form. So you don't want to have that in a fold area or an area with any kind of stress that's going to be on it. So we'll see how this does now. Okay, so for first, we're going to take these 2 and we're going to give ourselves approximately, let's see, let's do, let me get this, approximately a 1/2 inch apart, and you want to have both top and bottom even as well, okay? And I'm just going to put some double-sided tape down. Okay, so let me line this back up again. And then get about a 1/2 inch, make sure I'm at the same top and bottom, and lay that puppy down. Give it a little bit of a burnish, and in a minute I will flip it over and burnish as well. So there's that. Okay, and then here about a 1/2 inch away, straight and even bottom and top. Okay, and then you can flip it over and give it a little burnishing. You can even run your, run it on the edges just so you really catch everything. All right. Now, we're going to take these two pieces and we're going to leave ourselves, a little bit more maybe than 1/4 inch, but not a ton more than 1/4 inch. So let me just oh, I'm at the end. Of course I am, because I'm filming. All right. I was using it to save time, guys, but here we go. I guess I am out of this too, which I've been trying to get out of this for a while. Can you at least do this one sheet for me? Sorry, guys. Okay. Back to Old Faithful here. Okay. So, like I said, let's line this up. Now, this one I did get it a little crooked, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. Yeah, I'm trying to line this up, and I got it actually a lot crooked. Let me see. Hold on a second. I have finally started to be able to get my videos back up and running. It's like I go a week. Oh, this is just... Oh, well, that's okay. It's crooked enough that I need to do this. Okay. Put some glue down. I just kind of took the colored top off. It's still a nice thick enough piece. All right. So I'm lining this up with my grid. And there we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, now let's get this one back in line here. And I'm going for a little bit more than 1/4 inch. Plus keeping this level. Now, if it helps, you can take your ruler and use that. And just line up one of the lines and then go over probably 3/8 of an inch. And drop it down. Okay, so that's 3/8. And that's 3/8. Okay. go. And then we're going to do the same thing with this. And you see, by doing it this way, these places where we put the sheets together are going to be flat and not a problem. Okay, so let's do 3/8 and 3/8. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. And we'll flip it over. Let's burnish everything. Knocking everything down. What did I? Oh, scissors. I'm glad I didn't have a dog down there. Taking out my puppies. All right, and then we want, where to put them? Oh, here they are. Then we want these two pieces. And we're going to put these pieces just at, let's get, before we go any further, let's get, where's my scissors? I just had them. Here we go. Let's take a piece and get it about the right length. Okay, now I'm going to just make myself approximately an inch. And I am going to fill this section and then put glue there. And let's just lay that right in the center. Get your bone folder and push it down into that glue in the center. And you want to really work it against the sides and all of that bottom paper, and then get the tops. Okay. I find that doing this way versus laying them down first, I don't know, it just seems to me it's just a little more added security that you know that nothing's going to move, because you've got one more layer on top of your pieces, connecting your pieces and your paper. So you can totally just lay this down first and then put your papers on, your chipboards on top of them. Either way, whatever makes your little world a happy world. That is all that matters, because that's why we do this, right? It makes us happy. You certainly, there are people that make money at this and make a lot of money at this, but when you look at the amount of crafters, and not everybody wants that. When I first started this, I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to get all of these, I'm going to make all this money, and I'm going to sell all my stuff, and yeah. And yes, it is a lot of work. And as soon as I had made the choice to do that, at the same time, I pretty much moved to my folks. So that, sent that up in flames. And with a new house, there's still lots and lots of things that we're trying to do. And planting a garden, just all kinds of stuff. So, it's hard to make money as a crafter for the normal, the normal person. There's people out there that just, kind of fall into the right place at the right time. There's people out there that their abilities just can't be denied. And then there's people out there that are just relentless with getting their stuff out, and it's because I'm telling you guys, this is a lot of work. You have to always, you have to have the equipment to do what you're doing. You have to maintain that equipment. You've got to have enough space on your computer to hold all the videos. You've got to upload the videos from your camera or your phone, whatever you're doing, onto your computer. And then, at least this is the way I have to do it. And then I go into a program and put all of the videos together from everything, from all the starting and stopping, and I try not to make them longer than 20 or 30 minutes so that I can put them together in a meaningful way, but not make them so long that nobody wants to watch them. I watch 2 hour long things, but I don't watch it in one setting. I watch a little bit during the day when I'm just sitting doing nothing. I watch it at night before I go to bed. It might take me 4 or 5 days to watch that 2 hour video, but if I like what they're doing, I watch them. But there aren't really very many people on YouTube that I watch anymore. And it's not. It's certainly not because I feel like I'm more talented or anything like that. No, I don't have time. Between this puppy, he has been a good weight loss program though. But between this puppy and housework and kid work, boy, once you got kids, you always got kids. Am I right? You guys tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Oh. And I think with this COVID stuff, you just get so tired of sitting in the house. Okay, I'm going to make myself a couple of more because I need... Again, about an inch. You can see I'm not being very particular about this. But it's a good way of getting rid of some of your scraps. And if you don't have Tyvek, I would suggest putting something in here. If you have some vinyl, some thin, vinyl-y kind of stuff, or anything that's going to reinforce these areas, because they're going to get a lot of use. Okay? Yeah. So if you don't have Tyvek, don't run out and buy Tyvek or run to the post office and steal one of their Tyvek priority mail envelopes. No, I am not telling you to do that. No. Okay, so I think I said 1/4 of an inch. I want to do about a quarter of an inch on these. Excuse me. My allergies were not very happy this morning. Okay. So I'm going to go approximately 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to center it as best I can. So kind of a finger length between. Yeah, so that'll be good. All right. So let's get this back on here so I have that. You know, and it's give or take a little bit. Give or take a little bit. Just use what you got. Let me just check. We're about 1/2 inch there, about 1/2 inch there. Yeah, we're good. It's hard for me unless I stand up and put my head in the camera way to see exactly what these lines are doing. All right, so we're going to burnish this one down, and we're going to do the same thing with our Tyvek, and I am going to carry it all the way there we go. Alrighty. Yep. So I have got to do my nails again. I just don't have time, and it makes it really hard because my husband hates the smell of nail polish and begs me not to do it while he is in the house. Well, that's really about the only time I'm thinking I can do it, because I'm sitting there doing nothing, watching TV. Although I have picked up my crocheting again, so I do crochet at night. Sometimes I pull a craft out and do it. We are getting ready for spring, summer, and fall and winter craft fairs here in Kentucky. My husband makes his own knives. He's working on a consignment piece now, but he makes his own knives, and then he started making yard art at my request, and I think he's really loving it. He was in the corporate world his last 20 years, but his first 20 years of working, he was on at the railroad, CSX Railroad, and he was a pipe fitter. Lots and lots and lots of welding. So he loves welding. I'm going to flip this around. Whoopsie. And we're going to do the same thing with this. So we're going to line our pages up. Excuse me. There's my glue. And so anyway, he's doing the yard art. And I've been doing like home decor pieces, and I post some of them on my Facebook page. So if you ever, it's Lisa's Paper, Lace, and Bling. If you ever want to go over there, I usually post those kind of things there. I don't usually do tutorials on them. So, but so I've been doing that kind of project, and yeah, just staying busy. So I made these. They're called paper bag briefs. Boy, they were very popular this holiday season. Very popular. I made one for ourselves, and it had lace and burlap and brown paper sacks. and they're cut into 4-inch squares. It's not like you got a big old sack sitting in there, which you could totally do, but it would have to be a very big wreath. I don't have that big of a house, but yeah, so we're just, trying to figure out a way of making some money after retirement. And what better way than selling our wares? So that's what we've been working on here recently. And I decided, though, I didn't really much like doing it in the wintertime, so we're going to wait until spring. Not that there's a whole lot of craft fairs out there right now, but you can go to some fairs. But yeah, we have a little flea market thingy that pops up in town on the weekends. So we hit that. We've only hit that a couple of times, so we're looking forward to doing it again. But we just moved here from Florida a year ago, and this is our just coming into our second winter here, and so our bones are a little achy, and that's just an age too. So, all right. So there we have that. I'm going to clean up my space. I'll be right back, and I got to get some water so I can talk more.